my partner, my co-host, Cowboy Joe 64.
I am your father.
Just to get the Cowboys 2 good games to hopefully understand that they need to go receiver and go high with this next pick.
Yeah, yeah, that's really what this is gonna be about. All right, welcome everyone. You're looking live at Generation to Generation Cowboys and Sports Talks. I'm the host, DJ I Tell You What, joined with my co-host, my dad, Cowboy Joe 64 on Twitter. And we're joined with a special guest, one of our good friends, Lou's Takes. And today we're going to be talking about the trenches. So y'all want to say what's up to everybody?
What's up, people? Appreciate you guys joining the show. And so Lou is a guy that we've been following and admiring for a long time. Been trying to hook up with him. Of course, he's a Dallas guy. So my son over here, DJ Jules and Lou, went to the same high school, Bishop Dunn, years apart, but they representing. So, Jules actually he graduated from DeSoto. My daughter did graduate from Bishop Dunn a few years after him, but so we're definitely Oak Cliff Bishop Dunn guys. But man, we've been following you for a long time. Admire your work. I call you the Yoda of the trenches. So we definitely want to get your input on some things. So Lou, I got a question for you just to start. So how did you actually get started in the content business? When did you actually start, and how did you get started?
That's a good. I think I got started maybe 1.5 years ago, and one of my friends from college, with the Sam Houston, he started like this podcast channel with all of us, and that was and we still have it. It's called Sports Factory, where we have different fan bases, and we just get on there and talk mess. You know what I'm saying? But me, missing the game, I wanted to go like a little deeper into the game because I know that I staying too long for me to like not just hold on to this. No, I put out like a little video. I think it was the draft last year with Guyton, and I
Okay.
broke down the running backs, and I pretty much hit almost. I did a top five, and I pretty much hit almost all five, and that video did very well. So yeah, I just started putting videos out slowly. That's the best way to get better. I ain't gonna lie, it's just trying because you don't know. But I'm blessed. It easily could have went either way, and then this cowboy spirit, which y'all the content creators like community, what you gonna know like when you what you're doing now, and you already met boss like people like him. They welcome you with open arms. You know what I'm saying? Give you advice, and they're not afraid. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to all of them. Like,
Yeah, shout out to all them.
yeah, like Rome, as big as he was, like I just, took a step of faith, and he was like, "Yeah, sure, come on." I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate like people
Big
like
Game
them.
James. Shout out to Big
Big,
Game James.
yeah, Law.
Law.
My dream is to get on Law show,
Yeah.
and on Mark Holmes, but yeah,
Those are my two. I just told my dad that like 2 weeks ago. I said, my 1 in a million shot is to get on with them. I'm gonna try to like call in after the show because I actually met them like 5 or 6 years ago. They both had came to Dallas. I think it was like because Mark Holmes, he would come like every year to like the Washington game,
hmm
and so he came and then Law was there too. That's how I started following Mark Holmes through Law or Law through Mark Holmes, one or the other. But they
hmm
both came to like a restaurant in Dallas. This was like 5 or 6 years ago. So, it just coming full circle now. So yeah, I'm gonna start calling a show after the game and see if maybe one of these days my dream is to get on and talk with them.
yeah,
So Jules is a college student, still trying to finish up, and then so I think one of the things that's unique about us, and you're a dad, so I think we're kind of unique to the space. We're father and son, cowboy content creator. So, you know, I'm a third generation. He's fourth generation. I actually probably, of all the content creators that I know, I'm probably the only content creator that's seen all of the Cowboy Super Bowls,
mm,
all of them. So they first one they played with Super Bowl V. I was 7 years old, and I watched the whole game at my aunt's house with my family. We were all Cowboy fans, so we go way back. Just deep rooted with the Cowboys, and of course Jules brought him up going to Cowboy games. And then, so in the '70s and the '90s, for the most part, especially in the '90s, I was kind of a pseudo, season ticket holder. So all of the Cowboy games in the '90s, I saw a lot of those games in person. I went to Carter High School with where Boss went, not the same years, of course, but
Mm-hmm.
I played football with a guy named Chet Brooks. He played for the 49ers,
Mm-hmm.
and he's got a couple of rings with them. So the '92 championship Cowboy team, where they played at Candlestick when Alvin Harper caught that pass that started that dynasty, I
Mm-hmm.
was actually at that game.
Hmm.
So that's kind of one of the unique things that I have. So we all got a lot in common. I told Boss, we're aligned with most of the people that in that kind of a DC universe type thing. So we're just trying to go to show and do it the right way and do the right thing. So we appreciate you coming on with us. So let's go ahead and just jump off the top rope if you don't mind.
No problem.
So all the Cowboy coaches that were hired in the offseason, I'm pretty excited, and it was pretty, you know, just excited about all of the hires except Eberflus. I just I just got a concern that his run defense. I wasn't a Marinelli guy,
Mhm.
and I watched your video that you had today. So one of the concerns I have is they're constantly coaching the defensive tackles to get upfield, rush upfield, and my concern there is when you do that, you know, what opposing offensive coordinators do, they just let your defensive lineman run upfield, and that gap you running out of, now you got a running back coming down, unabated at your linebacker. So I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on the scheme and how do you think he's going to do against stopping the run?
Yep.
Well, if we give him the personnel, I think he has actually probably the best scheme that we in the past years of stopping the run. Funny enough, because he plays such a safe. Um, he just it's a base look, so he's not going to like overcommit to the run. He's going to his main, he's just like I think Marinelli. He doesn't want to prevent the big play, and he wants teams to earn it the hard way. So if you do score on us, probably the drive is like 10, 11 plays. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Eating up time, which I do appreciate that. My only thing, directly, fighting you on those words with he wants to go upfield. Zimmer was the opposite, right? In early in the year where he wants them to read and react, and we got killed that way actually.
Mm-hmm.
And we
Yeah.
didn't start defending the run better at the end of the year till we started, he started letting them attack and getting upfield, like at least shooting and doing and being aggressive that way. And so that's my only thing. Like I Zim is the complete opposite of Zimmer in some ways, but they do have some similarities. Like his whole philosophy is to be aggressive. He wants to change the picture, confuse quarterbacks, rotate the roof, one high, what I'm saying, like too high, sending pressure off that, moving Micah around. Like I'm gonna miss that in Zimmer. But with Eberflus and especially with White Cotton, I think we're gonna be fine. We just need the horses behind Mozzie. Like we 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 do best when we're attacking. I don't think we have, especially having all these rookies and guys with not a lot of experience. The
Mhm.
main thing when coming into the league and like getting better is feel, and feel doesn't happen when they read and reacting. Sometimes you need to turn off their brain and tell them to go find the ball. So
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. It's
yeah.
kind of like when you playing the game. Sometimes I have my best game when I'm playing the game when I'm not thinking about it. When I'm on the phone talking to someone else, I'm just reacting. That's when I play the game the best for some reason. So it's kind of like that. But my thing with them is just like I'm looking at everything like, okay, what's the bottom line on the defense? Kind of like your video that you posted a couple days ago, like what's holding the defense back? And my thing is just like, okay, if we have a weak spot on our defense, what is it? And it's going to be defensive line, right? So do we need to get someone like DJ Reader in here to solidify if we get DJ Reader in here or someone like that? Will that say, okay, that's no longer a problem? Or do we need someone to back up Osa as well? Because I think the edges are gonna be good. I mean, we got too many edges. Like they're gonna be rotating in and out. That's kind of how Marinelli's system used to go. They used to just rotate players and rotate players and rotate players, and it works unless you playing someone like Aaron Rodgers, where they be getting, Aaron Rodgers always he do the tempo, so you'll get a penalty because your guys is running off the field late. You know what I mean? But other than
Mhm.
that, the rotation it really works. So when you got Easy, the defensive end that we just drafted, you got Micah, you got Dante Fowler, you got Sam Williams. You know those guys. I think they gonna be good. But
Mhm.
my concern is just it's not Osa because Osa is average. He's above average. I like Osa. I feel like he's the motor of the team of the defensive line. I feel like when they do sounds from the sideline, I love watching Osa because he's like a character. But Mozzie, I'm concerned about Mozzie. Even though I got Mozzie back, I want to see Mozzie do good, and I think that Mozzie is going to do good. But I just don't think that as good as he's going to be, I don't think that that's going to be good enough to stop the run completely. And so, what do you think about Mozzie? And shout out to everyone in the chat, and we
Yeah.
appreciate y'all for coming on and supporting us. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm gonna get Lou's channel and make sure I repost it up in here. So y'all make sure y'all hit that when I post it.
Yeah, so one of the things that we did just having Lou on, we are trying to grow our channel. So we appreciate him joining us, and please guys, make sure that you do subscribe to our channel there. So Lou, what do you think the fix is for the defense, and how where are you at on Mozzie?
Yeah. So one, we got to be careful of putting the run problems all on the defensive line, because it does take all 11 to stop the run. Like for instance, at the beginning of the year, it wasn't on the D tackles. It was actually on your edges and your cornerbacks because teams were hitting us on they was hitting outside. Like the Saints, all they did was run outside zone and made our,
Mhm.
told Trayvon Diggs or told, I forgot who was out there, whoever the corner was out there, hey, tackle. And they didn't. And that's what gassed us versus, in the Ravens game, what gassed us was the A gap and everything like that. So it's going to, it first of all, what I'm loving from what I'm hearing from White Card is not like, the technical stuff. I know what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm saying? I'm gonna watch, but the main thing he wants is effort and a want to. Because at the end of the day, that is the fundamental thing on how to stop the run. Like you have to be refused to move against your will, no matter if you're 245, 210, or even 345. Like if you have that mentality, you can get it done. Like I always say that in that Niners game, the best depiction of that was Chauncey Golston as he's getting picked up by Trent Williams and literally thrown in midair, and he's still laying out and trying to make a tackle. He does make the tackle, even though he technically got pancaked on there. You have to be refused to be removed against your will. So with Mozzie, I am confident in a big year with Mozzie because the nose tackle position, I think everyone we don't fully understand the position. It takes a long time with field, and we have done Mozzie no favors because we had three different coaches in here in 3 years. So everybody's teaching. There's three different, ears. People want this technique. People want him to lose weight. They lying talking about they didn't say that he didn't want to lose weight, but the
Yeah,
only people that tell you to lose weight is your damn coach. You feel me? Like at
that's
the
it.
end of the day,
So
that's it.
that was Quinn.
They gonna lie and say it wasn't. Maybe it was a little
And,
Uh
and
huh.
then even if it was, even if it wasn't Quinn should have been the one to stop it.
stop it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, that's like Micah's losing weight right now because Eberflus told him to lose weight because he wants him to come back in that linebacker role. You know what I'm saying? Like that that
That's great. Now that's breaking
you
news.
know
So
what I'm
what
saying?
where you hear that at?
Oh no, like when we was on DC Universe, Terrence Parson confirmed it, and then I had Aisha on. She's there at OTAs. He's much lighter.
Nah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying? And
fine.
then and then if we don't care about like all the drills and stuff. Oh, Dak had 4 catches. No, I care about where they lining up, and they got a stand up outside linebacker role that the second round pick Easy is doing. That's
Hmm.
Yeah.
Micah's role. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
Micah's role.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that pretty much solidified my entire theory. Like, and then
yeah,
when last time Eberflus was here, Demarcus Ware had 11 and a half sacks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He wants to Demarcus Ware, Micah. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to replicate this somehow, and you
yeah.
need to because you have an unaggressive defense. You need to form. You need to generate some type of aggression somehow. So that's the
Okay.
best
So
way.
I'm already feeling more confident just listening to you. So
Yeah,
as
me
of
too.
today, who do you think the two linebackers are? The green dot, is it Murray, Sanborn, Leofow? Who do you have? If you had to just name the two linebackers today, who do you think is leading the horse race there?
Oh, a linebacker. Ooh, so I think Sanborn is here to translate and translate only. Because he's been in the scheme.
Hmm.
Um, Murray is extremely talented. I don't know where he's gonna play. My only thing with Murray is literally just decision making.
Hmm.
Um, but Maris needs to be on Mike. I'm fine if Maris is the Mike, if Murray is the Mike. Then the two guys I want out there, and
Yeah.
then when Overshown come back, like we're gonna be even better. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm excited, and then you can rotate, and then I think Mike is gonna rotate in as the Sam. You know what I'm saying? Coming in as a strong side linebacker. You know, just being a bigger body coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Maris who got great instincts, got upside. Fred Warner like on the field, you know what I'm saying? He got bulkier. Still need to see it in practice. And then Murray, who's just like who if Eberflus is what I like him, he's a one thing we can't deny. That man can coach some linebackers.
Yeah, he's a
He's a
linebacker
Whisper,
linebacker
whisperer.
yeah.
whisperer.
Yeah.
So and then that's the room that got the most question marks. And if he can fix a lot of them guys in there, that can really change our defense, and in turn can really improve our run defense because it's all about the linebackers scraping over, fitting in the alleys, deconstructing blocks, everything where the D tackles can mess up, the linebackers can fill in.
So shout out to Tony. He says, so is Micah and Easy playing like a 3-4 outside linebacker?
That's the
So,
best way I can put it. Like
yeah.
because funny enough, when I was looking on film, they listed Robert Quinn as it. So it's like an end, but
Hmm.
sometimes I don't think Mike is gonna fully have his hand in the dirt. Now Mike is still gonna be playing in, but he's not gonna be doing it full time, which I've been
Yeah.
preaching because
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
Micah needs to get. I'm gonna hold Micah accountable. He needs to get better at stopping the run. I don't care how many sacks you get because
Right.
people they run at you for a reason. So
Hmm.
hopefully Eberflus can get that in him and move him around, switch up the look, and not let teams just beat up on him.
Yeah, because we
And
tired of that. We tired of seeing that they just double team him every other play. It seems
yeah,
like
like
that's how
you
he got
tired,
hurt
yeah,
last year. He got
exactly.
slammed down. It's just like, come on, man, he getting hugged out every other play. But all of these defensive coordinators, you said something very important that this will be the third different defensive coordinator in 3 years. So
Hmm.
these guys, they haven't had
Stability,
stability.
yeah.
No. So that's why it's just like Micah, you know, every defensive coordinator has had to answer the question, okay, is Micah going to play full time at defensive end, or is he going to be, more standing up at linebacker some? And they all say the same thing. But then when the season comes, it's like he's still 80% on the end. And it's kind of like, I'm hoping that Eberflus can pull Micah back some.
I think
And
Mike is to blame as well. To be honest,
He just wants to
yeah,
play edge for the contract.
for the contract, and that's why I want them to hurry up and
Get
sign it
get the
so
deal
he
done,
can
yeah, so he can
get the
get that
deal
off his
done. So he
plate. Yeah.
can.
and
That's the
also,
only.
I'm holding Mike accountable too, but also he is like a dominant force at edge.
He is, but
Yeah,
it's
so
just if I can get 50, no, not 50, like it's 20 more million here.
yeah.
Best
Mhm.
believe I'm gonna get my 20 more million here.
Yeah, we
You
need a
feel me?
coach that can tell him, no, you're not doing what you want to do. You're doing what the team needs you to do. And I think Micah is mature enough to where he'll say, okay, he's
Yeah,
not gonna push back on that.
I think we'll see a different Micah post bag. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh yeah,
after you get paid, you know what I'm saying? I think we'll see like a more funny enough, a team friendly Micah that's willing to fully move around.
I
But
hope
Yeah.
so.
So
yeah,
one of the things that we talk about on our show, well, I talk about it, is Micah's rookie year. They played the Vikings up there, and the role that you're describing now, that's basically what he played in that game. That
Mhm.
was to me still his best game as a pro. He
So that
was
was
he
the
played
game where,
edge, he
well,
played off
CD
ball, he
caught
was
the ball
just
like this.
dominant. I'm an OG, so I really grew up in the Lawrence Taylor days. That was a game where he truly looked like LT. I mean, he was all over the place. I mean, just dominating from the A gap, from the edge, from off ball, just defending the pass. So it sounds like that's probably what we're in store for when he starts with Eberflus. That's kind of what you're thinking.
yeah, like and then another thing, I think we had to play like that. While I know Micah is to blame, but you can't really blame Micah because we weren't really strong at edge before or at
Mhm.
Hmm.
linebacker,
Mhm.
especially.
Yeah.
Like I just wanted him at like versus the Green Bay game, the infamous Green Bay game. I just wanted him back there taking on these blockers because I just man, we can stop them climbing the line of scrimmage, sooner.
I almost had a
Like
heart attack during that game. I was like, I was crying. I was almost crying for real.
like
Well, they're on the schedule.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
but it's different though. They on the schedule, but I feel like this younger generation of Cowboys, it's not like they on the schedule. I feel like they ready for that game. I feel like they want Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like I want to ask you this, Lou. So tell me how in this 4-2-5 scheme or Eberflus scheme, how are we going to get our best playmakers on the field at the same time? Like for instance, you want Maris on the field. So how are we going to have Maris, Leofow, Micah, Dante Fowler, Easy, Sam Williams, Osa. I mean, I'm just naming players right now that I would want to see on the field at the same time. Like those people I just named right there, those are your two linebackers, and those are four defensive linemen, but three of those are edges, unless they're gonna be running Sam Williams, rushing him over the A gap, and then you got Osa. I mean, so how are they gonna get all the best talent on the field at the same time to stop not just to stop the run, but to stop the run and be able to defend passes and be able to rush the QB? How are they gonna get all of them on the field at the same time?
Well, for one, I don't think you're gonna see that. To be honest with you,
Mhm.
um, not even it's not even like just a an issue with the coaches. It's I don't think what how can I best say this? Like, so we got
They they
it's
gonna
in the head coach. The head coach is he keeps saying that he wants to be multiple, right? And I think that means that he wants to hold on 1 second. Y'all keep
Mhm. Oh, no problem.
Yeah, we have children, y'all.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that they're gonna just rotate like you're saying. So shout
And
out to K O'Neal. Appreciate you joining the show. Joe Chantrina, he's like one of the OGs on the Cowboys content. And we
mhm.
got Ken and who else
Let's see
is
who else we
there?
got. You got Ken, Almighty Mike. Shout out to you. Suave Mike Media. Shout out to you. Shout out to Wee Woo Cowboy. Uh, we had someone on here from Italy. Shout out to you.
So
Uh,
that's Joe Tranchina, I believe.
okay. Shout out to you, Joe
So
Tranchino.
appreciate you guys joining the show. So again, I'm Cowboy Joe. That's DJ Jules. I tell you what. So we're father and son content creators. Grew up, born and raised in Dallas, Oak Cliff, DeSoto. So we represent Dallas, but we know Cowboy fans are national. So
Yes, sir.
uh,
Yes.
believe Lou is back with us.
So yeah,
So,
this
but yeah, you think it's just gonna be a rotation of guys?
no, it's even Schottenheimer keeps saying he wants to be multiple on both sides, which means I think we're not gonna see the same lineup. It's gonna be
Mhm.
depending on who we're playing. You
Yeah.
know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Now
So
that's great that you think that, man. Because I swear, like I promise, over the last 10 years, that's been my problem with us. It's just like we don't change our
look, yeah,
game.
we
Yeah,
don't,
we don't.
yeah,
We
we
don't.
we
We don't
get we
change our
become
game plan.
predictable.
We
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 Well,
become
become
that was
predictable.
Garrett. That was Jason
and
Garrett.
that's why
That
we're
was Kellen
pushing.
Moore.
That's why we're pushing for depth. We
Yeah.
got depth at the edge because Aaron White kind of keeps saying he wants flexibility. He wants guys who can rush a passer and defend a run. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
and just effort because that's all he cares about is effort. Like everything else is going to fall into place. He's going to want the same thing
Mhm.
with D tackle. That's why it's important that we get somebody else in here, a vet, because Mozzie is not going to be playing a lot of the snaps because he naturally is going to get tired. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So we're going to have guys for when it's time, knuckle up and defend a run. We may see more of Nealon. You know what I'm saying? See more of Sam Williams. We may see more of like less of Mike. We might see Micah, moving around a little bit, playing around, A gap, maybe so. You Maris, you know what I'm saying, at the linebacker, and then Overshawn get back. This is a good problem to have. So let's keep
Yes.
making this problem to have at D tackle. Like we want to be. I don't want to be stagnant. Let's move around. So and it's gonna get annoying to Cowboy Nation. People are gonna get annoyed by it because they already know. Because the Jets got annoyed at White Cotton because sometimes Quentin Williams won't be in there, but he expects high effort. So that's how he coached. So be ready for, what I'm saying, Mozzie not be on there. We might get caught in the substitution, battle. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like this is natural. This is why we got to keep playing the game and see how it goes.
Yeah. We
So
would
I will.
definitely get. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. So I will say this: we played the Jets at AT&T Stadium a couple of years ago,
Our game.
and the game from just start to finish, it was a physical game. The Jets defensive front, I mean, they were just physical.
Smacking.
They were just bringing it. And so, we ended up breaking the game open in the second half. But I mean, that Jets defense was so physical. So, White Cotton, I'm really, excited about having him. So let's look at Solomon Thomas. I really just kind of started looking at him here lately. I didn't realize he played with that much energy. Have you been able to check him out? Because he looks like he's somebody that every play he's just coming, 100%.
Yeah, he's pure effort, and he's the main reason why that. When I saw his film, and then I heard White Cotton on the draft show when Vox was like, "Oh, do you like your guys 345 or 310?" He was like, "No, I don't care about that. I care about effort, because at the end of the day,
Mhm.
that's what it takes to stop the run." And I got scared when we got Solomon Thomas. I think he's just only like 250, and I'm like, well, versus the Niners, he's holding his own, and he's not getting washed up out of there like you think he would. So he's playing with high effort, firing off the ball. That's something I want our vet to, just this a great locker room presence. That's somebody to have that can, pass this on to the guys behind him, especially with all these young guys that got in there. So he's here. I think the best way I can say it is Sanborn is the translator for the linebackers, maybe even the DBs, and Solomon Thomas is the translator for the D line for White Cotton.
Okay. All right. So let's switch over to the offensive side, and we're not gonna hold you too long. So you
Oh, you
mentioned that
good?
you
Yeah.
kind of started your content creating looking at Tyler Guyton. So going into that draft, where did you have Tyler Guyton rated, and how did you feel about that pick? When it happened.
No, I did not look at Tyler Guyton actually.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
Nah, I
Thought you
thought
said you
Brandon.
looked at him.
No, I looked at running backs. O line. The only O line I looked at was like Jackson Powers Johnson,
Okay.
Brandon Graham. Because I thought, oh, not Graham Barton. That's his name. Graham Barton, the center
Hmm.
guard out of Duke. I thought that was a pick. Tyler Guyton, I heard his name, never really saw his film. And then when I saw his film, I saw he was a very good athlete. So I did have high upside, but I did see the red flags of him. I'm like, oh, a hands issue. Oh man, like that's gonna be a real big issue. So I had some false hope. I was like, he's gonna be good, but he's gonna have to fix those hands quickly. And the only thing I was holding on, like everybody got hand problems, but his hand problems were bad. Like he was wrestling out there. So what we the Cowboys, that was such a bad job that they did. We can't really blame Tyler Garden. That man just started playing tackle not too long ago, and then he just started playing right tackle, and we moved him to left tackle. Like this is his first time doing it, and he's doing it on a bigger stage. So I know we get on Tyler Guyton, but that was just a horrible mismanagement of an asset
Yeah.
by this team here. Like that was, and you're telling him to do that to protect your franchise guy, that you just paid $60 million to, says a lot about how you care about him. I'm just saying that right now. Like, so
Yeah.
So, what do you think this what is looking like here as we start this upcoming training camp? Now, do you think that I've obviously seen pictures? He looks like he's put the peanut butter on it, as Vaj says. Shout out to Vaj. So, is he going to have some true competition, or do you think he just kind of has a job and he's just going to have to just play better?
um competition, people say ask him. I don't know. We'll see. Um I think he's gonna be better just naturally because we're gonna hopefully we run the ball more. If we did that last year, you actually help your guys by doing that. Um, you 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 slow the game down. Him put on the weight is a great thing. I'm glad he added the weight, got it stronger. Now it's the confidence. Like, okay, you got the weight. Now can you be confident in your strength? Like to actually go out there and whoop people? Can you look, I just need him to stack days. But I trust that we got Connor Riley in here. Even he has a good work. We got Clayton Adams in here. So if we truly do what Schottenheimer and these guys want to do, we can get the most out of Tyler Guyton. And really enough, like if we do what we trying to do and actually running in the middle, like I think we're gonna do, and just mauling up the middle, the tackles really won't matter. Be
Mm.
funny enough, like because you would dominate the A gap so much that it really won't matter. So but I'm really hoping he does matter because I don't want everyone's talking about like bumping Tyler Smith out. I'm selfish. I want to keep that middle strong. I'd rather bump in like get somebody like a Denergy to come play left tackle, or maybe Nassam. I do not want to touch the middle at all because the middle is going to be our strength, on the offense.
Well, even if you Google, like, like they say we run in the zone run. If you Google, like, and you watch on YouTube, what's important on the zone run, it's the middle of the line. That's what the most important part of it is. So we got some dogs in the middle of our line.
Yeah,
You know,
I don't think we're gonna be zone. We're gonna be gap. You know,
gap.
yeah,
So
gap.
what's the difference between gap and zone?
So zone is like all the offensive line are moving in sync, and we're trying to give the running back like multiple alleys to go. So and then outside zone, like we're meant to like get it's like we're giving running back multiple lanes to go. It can be a out the front gate,
Hmm.
B gap, or it's a cutback. There's
Right.
three reads. Gap, we're literally saying, hey, we're running the GT counter. It's going through the A gap. We got to park the red C. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
So and or duo. It's gonna be a lot of double teams, just going downhill combo blocks. Just the whole point of just moving folks, just tumbling and fumbling and running people over. That's old school football, like
Just
gap,
mauling people.
like yeah, just blast,
Yeah.
HB blast, power, like that old school. We may throw some zone in there. I just don't think right now you got two heavy footed guys in there. Like I love Booker. I think he can do zone, not
Hmm.
all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get the most out of Booker when he going at him and he just literally said what he wanted to do is make people quit. You don't do
Yeah.
that with zone. Zone, we my whole point of zone is getting my hat play side. I'm shading them off so my running back can do that.
Yeah.
Gap, I'm trying to kill him. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm trying to literally, legally, you know what I'm saying, kill him against his will.
And trying
Trying
to
to put
put
him
him
in
in
the
the
dirt.
dirt. Yeah.
Trying to put him in the dirt, like, and move him, displacement and everything, like BB, and that's what he want to do. Tyler Smith, that's what he want to do. You know what I'm saying? And damn show took Tyler Booker. I think that was our main issue with our run game in the past. Watch put it out perfectly. We was doing stuff that our old line wasn't even, you know what I'm saying?
Good at.
Yes, like we were trying to turn, like we were stubborn. That's the main thing I didn't like with McCarthy and Solari.
Solari, yeah.
Stubbornness. Like you need to mold. Sometimes you got to mold your scheme around the personnel. You can't be like, we finna run curls. I don't care if you are 5, 8 and everything like that. Run it. No, no. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah.
Now, so let me ask you this: are you a best five guy, or do you want to just have BB, Booker, Tyler Smith? They're the three guys. This best five thing, we're not doing that. We just need to have those guys in the middle. We figure out who the tackles are. Just get the tackle set and roll with it. What about this best five thing?
Um. Yeah, I am best five. Like if the guy ain't in, get him out of there. You know what I'm saying? Um. I'm not for moving. I don't think Tyler Smith at tackle is better. Just being honest, we didn't,
I
condition him
think
at
he's a
guard.
guard. I think
Yeah,
he's
Yeah.
a guard. Yeah.
we didn't condition him so long. You got to keep him there. And then I know they're not going to do it because it's the same thing with Micah. Like you're gonna have to pay him more money next year. You know what I'm
Hmm.
Yeah.
saying? Like, so, yeah, like we're gonna have to. I believe in Taylor Gunn. I really do. I
Me
really do.
too. I
I
said
I
that
I,
last show.
I really really have faith. I think a lot of people had hit on the head. This coach, we just didn't have the time to develop him. That
Yeah.
you had them, you didn't make the environment good enough. You created this hostile environment, and they was just fighting for their lives. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
It's his first time playing left tackle. That was his first year playing left tackle. First time playing left tackle a full season, and that's like one of the most important positions in the game. And you going up against the offense, the defense's premier rushers, Miles Garrett on your first game. So I mean, I have faith in him. I feel like he's going to turn over a new leaf, and with this new staff, that he's going to be better than he was last year for sure.
So we were during the draft. We saw you guys on the DC universe going back and forth with team weapons and team trenches. So we were leaning team weapons. I will say that I was completely fine with the Booker pick. He was the guy. If we didn't, because my thought process was I never felt that Ted was going to fall to 12. That just never. I just thought that wasn't a reality. So the best player at that point to me was Booker. I think he can come in and just be like a Zach Martin clone. But so with that in mind, we got to talk about our running backs. Do you think that we got to make another move and get some another back end. I was disappointed we didn't draft Devin Neal. He was there. Um, so what do you think about the backs and the way they're going to fit with this line?
Um, you know what I've been saying. I don't like the situation. People was trying to tell me to, to let's see it. I think we can't waste any time. You're right. We should have drafted somebody better than what we got. Honestly, like
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm in a fight with Cowboy Nation. Everyone's trying to tell me to believe in Blue, believe in Mafia, but look, when my eyes see something, I see something. And I'm a Texas fan. I'm a Longhorn fan. So one thing I get pissed about is when they try to make me convince me about Blue. Like, dog, I've been watching Blue way longer than y'all, and I know the situation. Do not sell me that he can be the Cowboys starting. He can take on his workload when he couldn't do it at Texas. Like I'm dead. Like he was not in my radar. I wasn't excited when he was on the field. Yes, he had some good plays here and there, but he was never the guy. Was not even close to the guy. When the main guy got hurt, they never moved to a damn tandem or a committee. He was still getting less of the carries of what he was getting now, like that a smooth 300, and he just had explosive plays. But we're expecting him to come to the Dallas Cowboys. I'm getting very Guyton like right here, and it's saying
Hmm.
like, hey, you might have to carry the load. I don't, I do believe in his offensive line, but I'm about, like you said, and we ran with it. Winter is coming, like, and these scat backs and these speedy guys and everything like that. That's cool. Like I know I want my O line to displace people, but I just know the reality of how defenses get. Them holes get tighter. You know what I'm saying? As the game gets as we get further, if we truly have high aspirations for this team, we need a guy in here that's been in it. That's heavier, stronger. I want at least a fall forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I just know it's not gonna be blocked up perfectly every time. So my only hope is Javonte Williams. Um, if he can, I don't know. People telling me to see it. I don't see it because everyone's, like he's coming back from injuries too. He broke his entire knee, which everybody's just seemed to forget. Like LCL, PCL, ACL, and you know what I'm saying? The
Hmm.
entire knee, but we're just supposed to say since, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, like, so
What's going on right now? They saying that Miles Sanders is looking way better
I don't
than
believe that.
Javante.
I got to see that myself because the
Yeah.
last time I seen Miles Sanders, he was like we forget where they're coming from. He was getting cast out of Carolina. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So I don't know. Like I hope he can make me eat crow and and make me sell wrong. I don't see it. I think Miles Sanders has clearly lost a step, and we clearly saw that on film because like the rookie came in over there in Carolina and took the job from him. You know what I'm saying? So I was pushing Chubb. People were against it and everything like that. So we'll see.
So the meme I sort of created, "Winter is coming." Of course, it's a take off, Game of Thrones, which all of you guys are familiar with, and so kind of what I did, I kind of flipped it there. So I was talking about just at that point, winter is coming. We need to prepare for the long haul of the season, and then I just started when the schedule came out. I kind of flipped it. I said, well, really, we need to start preparing like winter is coming September 4th, in all aspects of the team. So that's kind of where I went with that. We hope they do look at Chubb and bring him in. But yeah, I was disappointed. We had is Damian Martinez from Miami. We had Devin Neal. What they did in that last part of that draft, I really think they could have had an A+ draft if not for that trade up that they made. All they had to do was, yeah,
Shamar
they
James.
could have just stayed there and took one of the backs, and they still could have drafted Blue, and he would, be one of your backs. And so we watch Texas. We're Texas guys too. So Colin Simmons is actually our family member. He's our cousin.
Mm.
So we of course watched all the games. So but yeah, and
Yeah,
really
yeah. Who's the starting back? Who's the starting back?
he wasn't Blue.
It was.
He played good against he made some plays against Ohio State, but he's not an every down back. There's no question
Mhm.
about
Mm-mm.
that. So
No, like I was saying, he's really he's really really dynamic out the backfield. Like he can
Hmm.
catch and run routes better
He's
than
a
he can
matchup
run the ball.
nightmare. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
if
yeah,
they
yeah,
want to
for
put a
sure.
slower linebacker on him, yeah, he can eat. But y'all, it was people telling me he's the next Tony Dorsett. What?
No,
I
no.
heard somebody he can be like Emmett. What? I
Mm-mm.
heard they said Emmett was a take off back. What? Huh? I heard
No.
somebody tell me that he's gonna have a better season than rookie year Zeke. Huh? You know what I'm saying? Like, no. So I mean, shout out to Mark Anthony. He was saying, he feel very positive about the O line and everything, and Clayton Adams. I did a deep dive. You know what I'm saying? I know what he can do. But let's be for real. Like, we still need to give him some type of horses, and I'm not doing that to run for 200 yards. I think people got me different. I'm trying to not let what happened last year with McCarthy. See, we got Pickens, and I love it, but I know it's a caveat to that. The moment we get in the thick of it, the moment you and Cowboys is gonna, and fans are gonna do the same thing. If the run game ain't working and we ain't getting what we need to be getting, people are gonna want to abandon it and start
Air it
spamming the
out.
pass and air it
Yeah.
out. And that's where you lose me. And that's when I'm gonna get on here and I'm gonna get angry at y'all because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, we are doing the same exact recipe that got us whooped versus Green Bay. And we got Aaron White Cotton here. He's over here rotating them D linemen. I'm looking out for my D line brethren. And y'all out there going out there with three plays and not moving the clock at all, not giving it no rest and everything like that. That's not complimentary football. That's not championship football. All these teams that made it to the conference championship had some type of run game, a very formidable run game. And whenever the thick got thin, they ran the ball. I didn't see no Josh Allen at the end of the game versus the Kansas City Chiefs. They got the ball on the 10-yard line and ran the ball once they got down. They ran the ball 90 yards because they know, they understand how important that is. So that's what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm trying to put fear. Sorry, some of these backs, off first glance, even with a Clayton Adams, I don't fear, a Javonte Williams. We're going to see. I know I'm not going to fear Jadon Blue. I'm not going to feel Phil Maffa is a lot of question marks. You know what I'm saying? Miles Sanders, no, we haven't feared him since he was behind Philly O line, and it's been what 2-3 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I want to
four.
piggyback on that. And so something I've been talking about. So shout out to John, Almighty Mike, Mark Anthony. Appreciate you guys joining. Please like and subscribe our channel. Appreciate it.
Yeah, like
So I'm gonna
subscribe,
take
y'all.
you back. So one of the things we do on our show, Lou, I tell a lot of OG stories, a lot of OG Cowboy stories. So when I'm talking about Dak, I'm thinking that Dak is in his Elway, Troy Aikman phase. What people don't remember about Elway and Aikman is when they won their championships, they were not the focal point.
Right.
Troy didn't really throw the ball a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The focal point was defense and running the football. And John Elway was 0-3 in Super Bowls because he was the focal point. He's throwing the ball a lot. Well, they won a championship when they brought in Terrell Davis. They changed the offensive scheme. So I think Dak at this stage of his career, if he's gonna win it, it's gonna have to be behind Booker and BB, the running game, being selective with how he throws the ball. If we're doing have Dak throwing the ball 30, 35 times a game, it's gonna play out just like you said, just like it's been doing the last few years. So they got to change the equation, and I think it is just being physical and running the football. That's the winter is coming thing again. You just got to be able to run the football, but you got to be able to do it in September and October as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you're right. Like Terrell Davis, we don't have those type of backs, so we got to sometime, we gotta recreate that impact somehow. Your three down backs and your chance to find a workhorse is in the draft. That's why we're mad that you didn't get one. That's the only
Yeah.
place you can really find them, unless you're gonna trade for them. So, shout out to everybody. Make sure to like and subscribe to Generation to Generation. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the comments. You know what I'm saying? But Memphis, Mike in New Mexico, he said, "What's up with Chubb?" See, my problem with the running back room, we have a good stable, but we need somebody to lead off the stable. And I think I don't. We did the film study. You can go watch it. Me and Boss, Henny, all that. We looked at Chubb. Chubb still has something. I know people look at the carries and yardage and say, "Yay, let's judge running backs that way." That is not how you judge running backs, because so many things can go into those yardage. Was the O line bad? You know what I'm saying? Was he just completely missing the hole? What I saw from the Browns film and Memphis and Mike, we played the Browns. Their O line was bad, and it got worse as the season went on. Like they had guys in there that was literally just collecting a check, and Chubb was still had bursts, still falling forward, still had some type of strength, and trying to make things work in the midst of their chaos. So I know it's not going to look good, and people see the knee injuries. I understand that. That's why I want Chubb in here with a Williams. If you're going to have one injured guy, why not have two injured guys and limit both their workloads? Let's protect them all, and then sprinkle a little blue on top of that.
So
Or
what's
your
up with
J.K. Dobbins? You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
J.K.
J.K.
Dobbins? What about
Dobbins was in Denver
Brees
today.
Hall?
Brees Hall. The only thing I at first I wanted Brees Hall until we looked at the film. He's just like Blue, which is crazy. Like I didn't realize how much he's very similar to Blue. I mean, he's a better Blue, but like he's not somebody that's like he
I wanted them to get Raheem Mostert. That's who I wanted.
is he hurt right now?
Uh, I don't
That's the only
know.
part
I
because
don't know if he's
he
hurt,
got fresh injuries. That's only that
but he
to
got
the
signed,
Dolphins.
and then I don't know if it was the Dolphins. It was I can look it up
So
who
the
it was. It
running
was
back that
somebody
you
that
guys reviewed from Buffalo, his name escapes me at the moment.
James
Cooks.
Cook. James Cook.
Did he end up
yeah,
re-signing with
yeah.
Buffalo?
No. Well, I don't
Okay.
know. Well, I got to check that. He may hold out. I
Okay.
know Henny was pushing that. My only thing with that, like, I would love a James Cook. That's a you know what I'm saying? That's somebody.
A
Yeah.
veteran presence
Only
that's
thing
making.
is, here's my thing. We got Pickens, and I don't think they would do that. Like, I think he's wanting more than what Zeke wanted. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
So the
Zeke
salary and
kind
the pick, yeah.
Zeke Zeke burned us, and I don't like. We're trying to get them to value running back more, and we're saying, hey, let's go from 2 million to 16. I don't know if they're gonna do that in a matter of months. I would love if they did. You know what I'm saying? That's a win now move,
Yeah.
but that's why we're trying. That's why I'm a J.K. Dobbins, a Chubb. I'm trying to appease to them something they will actually take a look at. Like that's not going to break the bank. That's going to come in here and actually give them more than their buck right now. Because we got Pickens, y'all. Pickens was a lot, for them to
Yeah.
do,
A
and for
big
them to
move for Steven.
and
Now
mhm.
I'm gonna say this: my sleeper is I really like Hunter
I
Luki.
do too.
I don't think he's been
I do
given a
too.
chance.
I do too.
You know, I don't think he's been given a chance yet. To really show us what he can do. He had the one fumble against Miami, and it was just like after that, it was just like downhill. But I feel like he's better than a lot of people give him credit
I would
for.
love to use Lukey in the power role. But only thing is, I wish I can copy and paste Lukey because I think he's going to be crucial to Clayton's run blocking scheme because he can block his ass off. You know what I'm saying? And he might be
Hmm.
also playing tight end. Like he's gonna be getting work. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
I
he
wish
an
I can
athlete for sure.
duplicate him just one more time and have him take them. Them heavy runs. I wish I could. It's just mhm.
Have you have you looked at the tight end our undrafted free agent tight
Fairweather.
end?
No, I haven't. Not
Yeah,
not personally. Not yet. I haven't got some yet.
yeah. Check him
Yeah,
out.
he
He go
said
Yeah.
hard.
he's a John Stevens
He
like
is.
clone.
Yeah.
Might
Clone.
even take his job
Hmm.
because John Stevens is always hurt. The tight end to look out for
Hmm.
this year that's gonna really surprise people is Spanford.
Yeah.
Brevin
Breakfast paying
Spanford.
for it.
He's gonna really take off this year.
Mm. They was talking about him today.
So one of the things I wanted to kind of just go back on real quick, and we're gonna talk about Shotty and Micah as we close out. So one of the things I have a frustration with, Lou, as a longtime Cowboy fan, is the Cowboy front office. It seems like they just pick a position and they just decide that we're really not going to try to draft somebody there. We don't really care what's happening there. We saw the receiver by committee a few years ago. We saw them have to redo the linebacker room. Now they're doing it with running back. I don't understand why they just take a position, an important position. The last two drafts, they could have just drafted backs. The backs were there, and they just said, you know what, we're just not gonna draft anybody. And so, it's kind of like here we are. I don't understand the whole philosophy there.
Um, it's Stevens' philosophy, of course. I think how this draft went. They just took it was a lot of BPA, probably for like the first three picks.
Mm-hmm.
especially with Izaraku. And then the one I questioned was Savon Ravel, but I think he's going to be good. It's just like Caleb Johnson was there. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like he was
we
there.
we did mock draft after mock draft. We took Caleb Johnson. We took either Caleb Johnson's or Junkins pretty much in every draft we did.
Yeah,
I don't understand that. That really just infuriates me. That really infuriates me. The fact that they just passed on Caleb Johnson. You had a chance to get one of the best running backs in the draft. He would be your bell
I
cow,
mean,
and
I
they just
think
passed
if
on him like
Savon
he wasn't
Ravel
even worth
wasn't
it.
there, that's the only thing. Like they probably, people had firsts on Savon Ravel. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? In a firm second.
Yeah, yeah. Before he
Yeah, you
got
know what I'm
hurt, he
saying? So
would have
like they
been.
was like, oh, we finna, you know what I'm saying? Like they was like, okay, we finna get a 2-for-1. You know what I'm saying? And then I think emotions came into it because what's the stuff going on with uh Diggs, which I hate. You know what I'm saying? This is the part where you cannot let emotions and business coincide because y'all over here got a vendetta versus Diggs and y'all ever, what I'm saying, trying to, what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah,
this
you
his
know what
last
I'm
year for
saying?
sure.
Like
They
this is,
ain't
you
they
know what I'm
ain't
saying? Because
even.
you have stuff like that going on, you know what I'm saying? So
But the thing about that is, Lou, they had a chance though. In the fifth round, they had a chance. They traded up and took Shamar James when they had Damian Martinez. They had the Kansas State running
I,
back. They had a lot of running backs that they could have. DJ
yeah,
Giddens, I think, was
I
there.
mean,
They had a lot of running backs that they could have got that would have still been better than anybody we got right now.
And
you're
I
right.
do and I do believe I'm in that mindset that the Cowboys, we have this mindset that we just can't have nice things. We can't have everything. I don't understand the mindset of we can't have Diggs, we can't have Bland and Ravel. I'm trying to line up a team myself. I'm
Hmm.
taking everybody I got, and you're gonna have to beat me. I'm not
Well,
shortchanging any
this is
positions.
my pushback. This is my pushback on you with that. I feel like they're gonna do that this year. That's what you're gonna see. And at the end of the year, you're gonna see that if everybody remains healthy, they coming back. Are they coming off pup? So game 6 or 7 or game 7, that's what you're gonna have on the field. You're gonna have
He
all
talking
three of
about
those guys
contract though.
playing. Well, that's what's going to happen this year. Now, next year, so you mean to tell me that you think that if they play great together as a tandem, you got Siobhan Ravel, Diggs, and Bland, that next year that one of them will be out, primarily Diggs will be out?
I
I don't
think
think
if
so.
they both may be on angle lie. Bland, I don't think he's coming back. I really don't.
No, they'll be if they do that, they taking steps backwards. We didn't see them go forward this offseason. They're doing things that they haven't done. So if they were to do that and let them go and let Bland go for for no
Well, I
reason
mean,
at
they can't
all,
pay
really,
him. That's what I
that
mean.
would be taking a
We
step.
gotta.
They can
This
pay
is
him.
where
They can
Steven
afford
is
to do
kind of
that.
correct with his passive mindset. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the books. Here's in line to get paid. You traded for GP, right? GP's now
Mhm.
in the radar. They might,
Mhm.
I want GP to do good, but not too good because you know how Steven get. But the worst case scenario, they may franchise tag him next year,
What's up, Ty? See, my thing was they going to franchise. I was thinking that this is what I think. Now I don't.
which would
This
be
is just
terrible.
my
Yeah.
my take. Diggs was gonna go right, and that's how they were gonna be able to, afford to pay.
Bland.
Uh, well,
Oh,
no,
yeah. No, so
Diggs.
no. So Diggs is already on a bad contract. They may even trade Diggs, so they because people may take their contract on. The person you need to be worried about is Bland. They want Bland to play slot corner or nickel corner because that's the smaller market. You know what I'm saying? Bland ain't trying to do that because somebody messed up the market over there in Carolina. No, it's a Carolina or Houston. One of these, these agents we're dealing with right now, his other client, he got him paid. You know what I'm saying?
It
So
was
the
Horn.
corner,
It was
it
Horn.
was Horn.
Yeah.
Yeah, J.C. Horn, but shoot, I mean, hey, Jordan
Jordan
Lewis.
Lewis
I
got back.
don't know
So
what.
I think there's a good chance they need to prioritize keeping one, and probably Diggs right now because you know what I'm saying. Um,
His effort though, bro.
I
I'm
know,
just,
I know.
I'm
It's
not,
just, I think we got to keep
So
one of these guys. We got to
so
keep.
where
What about Malik Hooker and them?
They both can go, in my opinion.
yeah. So my thing is, I just hope they can figure out a way to just try to get them all under the cap, and I think they can do it. But we'll see. Like you said, Lou, Steven is gonna prioritize, and right now they not really feeling good, probably about Bland or Diggs at the moment as far as long term. So in Ravel,
Let me
yeah,
ask y'all this real quick, and I'm gonna be quiet after this. I gotta ask y'all this. So, what do y'all think about this narrative going around that like the NFLPA in the NFL, they and the owners, they're gonna have to change the way that they do things as far as these negotiations because of like what you just said, because it makes no sense whatsoever for Micah and David Mulugeta to talk to Steven and Jerry right now. What why would they talk to him? And then this is happening over and over again. It's like it doesn't make sense. It's off if the player is the best player or one of the best players, they're going to get the biggest contract, and that's just the end of it. What there is no need to negotiate or talk to anybody, and this happens over and over again. So Steven mad because he know he's gonna lose this negotiation again, just like he lost with Dak and just like he lost with CD. And the next person that comes up that's the best at their position. If Bland go off and have if Bland get 10 picks this year, and if George Pickens becomes have an all pro year, I mean, they're gonna lose negotiations with them too.
See,
So I mean,
that's the problem
what's the
with
deal?
he like the Joneses view this team as a factory. They don't view it as getting better. They view it as like replacing an area. You know what I'm saying? And that's their problem. So like they do this. And the one thing I hate is their evaluation process because it takes entirely too long. Because let's be honest, the main reason.
And they're not good at it. They're not
Well,
good at
I mean, yeah,
evaluating either.
that. But the main reason is I think is the length of it. That's the thing because they don't. It's time to be proactive and get ahead of the curve. It shouldn't take you 4 years to evaluate a player like Micah Parsons. I would tell Stephen A. to
Or
his
Dak.
face, "You're dumb. That whole mindset behind it is literally idiotic because you're waiting to pay the highest price possible." Like
Why is Micah the only player? To your point, why is Micah the only player out of that draft
because
that's not signed, and
this
he's
is
the
the
best?
thing. Their mindset is they want to get every dollar out of what he is, which I believe is, like I said, is goofy. Because, like, you
Hmm.
know what I'm saying?
That's
And
crazy.
the reason why they have this mindset is not for the Micah tier players, it's the tier under Micah that they have that for. So, like,
Mhm.
you're supposed to have a long evaluation process for a player like Osa. Don't get mad when you play
Right.
Osa and he's on his decline, you know what I'm saying, like that, and he gaffes you for
Mhm.
your money. That's your fault for having the same philosophy of how you pay a Micah and a Osa. They're not on the same
Hmm.
level.
Yeah.
Right. And Diggs and Dak. They're not on the. No, these are all different. These are
We're talking
all
about
different tier players,
cornerstones. You
and
pay
yeah,
cornerstone
yeah,
early. Get ahead of the
right.
curve. Tyler Smith is coming up. That's a
That's what you're supposed
cornerstone.
to do.
Get ahead of the curve early. You know what I'm saying?
Pay him. Pay him now. Don't wait because he's going to be the highest paid next year.
Yeah. So the way the front office is doing the contracts is they should have done figured this out by now. So Micah,
I
they're gonna
agree.
have to once again. Here we go with this thing. They did the same thing with Dak. So hopefully we'll get it worked out. So last thing I want to ask you, and we'll let you go is, we talk about the underwear Olympics. We seeing a lot of that with the OTAs. I said coaches have the underwear Olympics too. So do you think Shotty is in the coaching underwear Olympics right now, or is he the real deal? What do you think? Is he the real deal?
I'm loving what I'm seeing. Um, I'm taking the small victories as small victories. Like we can go all the way back to the coaching hires. I love how we looking all throughout. There's guys who's young, guys who have experience, guys who former. Like he got probably like three former play callers or four play callers on the offensive side. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just taking this out, as face value. This is how leaders surround themselves, like with people better than them or have done it. You know what I'm saying? This is you're
Hmm.
setting your path for success. Good. I love his mantra of getting close to these guys emotionally, and then I'm hearing in practice like he's really getting after them guys. If he can consistently do that, I just think what I'm saying. I am taking it as a big victory because like what I'm saying, like that's the way you coach today's NFL. They're making all this money. That's the main reason why Dion don't want to come up to this level because there's a different level of arrogance that these players have, and you have to reach and getting if you're gonna have that balance, have that balance. You know what I'm saying? Now there's
Mhm.
he's a
He's a
player's
player's
coach, and
coach.
not to the level of Quinn. I think Quinn, you know, filled people's heads up. Like he made like Micah big headed, Trayvon Diggs big headed. It's so because like his whole scheme was making him play hero ball and kind of free, have some structure. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, be their friend, and then when it's time to get on them and yell at them, get on them and yell at them. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter. Hmm.
You know what I want to see? I want to see. I feel exactly what you're saying, and I'm with you 100%. What I want to see is my next domino to fall. See, my whole theme, I've been having dominoes to fall, and a lot of them have failed. So my next domino that I want to see fall is when it's time for Shotty to get gangster. I want to see what happens when Mozzie is out there and Mozzie's not playing good. What's gonna happen if we go through training camp and our running backs are just not looking good? What's gonna happen? What is he gonna do if Tyler Guyton is, God forbid, but if Tyler Guyton is getting smoked, what is he gonna do at that point? Because like with George Pickens, we know that Shotty was just like, I don't like the way that this wide receiver room is looking, so we got to do something about that. And so I want to know when it's time to get real and when it's time to make a decision to say, okay, you need to sit down and I need to do something about it, and we need to address this problem. I want to see what Shotty gonna do then.
Yeah, and that's going to be how much he really that the front office get behind him. Because at the end of the day,
Mhm.
that's
Yeah,
who's stopping these guys, and that's what everyone who's tired of the culture word and tired of shoddy and everything like well not shoddy, him trying to preach culture. That's what they want to see. Like they know Shoddy can do all these things, but if them two guys at the top ain't aligned with it, it won't get done. And
yeah.
your experience at your job is only controlled by your boss. You love 9 times out of 10, you love your job because you love your boss. You know what I'm saying? Or you can tolerate your boss. So if they let competition persist, like and actually not take their emotions out of this, you know what I'm saying? Like do what they need to do right now and pay Micah because he's getting ready to hold out. Like,
Mhm.
are you going to continue to live in your pride and try to win this minor battle, or are you going to give your coach all the horses he need and understand like let's get to work? You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I I think they're gonna hold. I think they're gonna hold it off until this is my thing, my theory, and I told my dad. I think they're gonna hold off until the game, until the Philly game, because he's from Philly. Uh, if
Well,
they're gonna be lifting a banner up and all of this kind of stuff, and then he gonna try to take over the news cycle with the Micah signing, and it's gonna do just that. It's gonna take over the news cycle.
yeah.
Micah gonna be hyped up against his first game
But
back.
what if they
What you think?
do? It's just a continuation of the 30-year drought. It's just the insanity. You do the same thing over and over again, and so they again. It's just really amazing that they don't learn. They saw, matter of fact, CD got off to a slow start because he didn't get the camp. So it would be absolutely insane. And content creators, we should give them the fire of 1,000 suns with
Oh, I'm ready.
heat
I'm
if
ready.
this happens because it's just stunning how this is 30 years and they've been doing the same thing over and over. Michael, everybody in his draft class has been signed that was worth signing. He's the only one that's not signing. So it's got to be somebody out there. Maybe it's Paxton, it's Charlotte Jones' son to come in and just say, hey, we've been doing this for 30 years. It hasn't worked. So let's do this different. They got a few days to figure this out. They need to get it because I think they can really surprise some people, Lou, if they just get everybody together on time, sign a few players here and there. And one thing encouraging about Shotty is, going back old school, I watched his dad coach. The NFC were the dominant teams. They were physical, they were big. The only AFC team that played like an NFC team were the Marty Schottenheimer teams.
Hmm.
So he has it kind of in his genes to be a good coach, to be a good leader. So I think he's gonna do well, but we just gotta let it all play out. But man, we appreciate you coming on with us. We ain't gonna keep you on. And
I
again,
mean, I'm good if y'all want to keep rocking. I'm good. Yeah.
we well we're gonna definitely set up something with you again and try to keep this going. And as I told boss, we really just trying to connect with the content creators. And so,
And then also being that we
yeah,
local too,
yeah,
being that we local, Lou, we gotta like get together like
Yeah.
locally in person. We gotta go watch the game
yeah.
somewhere or something like
And
that, or
so
come
your
over or
gut
whatever.
feeling on the season, do you think we could end up being 11-6 or 12-5? Where do you see this thing falling?
Yeah, I think I think if we're gonna still be a fun team. 11-6 is, that's a good record for us. I really do. Even with this hard schedule, I think we are better. Um, I'm just pushing to fill in every hole so we don't go in not needing what we don't need. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Winter is coming.
You know what I'm saying? Like because at the end of the day, that's what the other teams do, and they don't stop. That's the difference between us and other teams. Like even if we're asking them to fill it in just once, like and what the Chiefs do, what the Eagles do, even if it something happens, they're not stopping. So
Mm-mm.
uh, I'm I'm hoping everyone stays healthy. Knock on wood. Front office get out the way. Players get played. Players get paid. Shotty keeps his team together. Actually, this culture means something. We are physical. George Pickens, CD eat. Defense is actually stopping the run. We might got something on our hands. So, but yeah,
Yeah, it's definitely not a done deal. Steven, they have some moves to make, and the thing that's really cool is they just they have salary cap space. They have the money. So there is no reason for them not to finish building this team out. They got the money to do it. In years past, they always try to play this. We got so many pieces of the pie. That's not the case this year. You got money, and you're going to actually get more money if you sign Micah or Tyler Smith. You're creating more money. So there's no reason for them to not to get the additional pieces that they need.
yeah, yeah. Like it's that's why like they piss me off when they try to lie. This is the wrong. They may do that back in the day, before we have all this at our disposal. But now, Steven, I see exactly what's going on. You know what I'm
Yep, yep.
saying? We're
Yeah, we're
not
not
dumb.
dumb.
I
We
can
can see
see
it.
it.
It's public
Don't.
knowledge.
You can do it. You can hurt me. You can steal from me. One thing I ask you, please don't do is lie to me. That's it. Don't lie to me.
Yeah.
Like
And they will do that straight up, look you in your face and tell you something that's
And
exactly.
not
the
true.
cap is public knowledge. Everybody has the data, so you can't play that game. I think Steven knows that. So
I'm looking at it right now on my phone. I'm on over the cap
yeah,
right
so
now.
it's a game that they can no longer play. So it's gonna be accountability. So we want to bring that to the space too, and kind of get going with some of the content creators. So man, we will hook up with you again. Again, we appreciate it, and I appreciate you joining in. And then we'll hook up offline, and we're still trying to connect with some of the other guys. But we think we kind of bring something new, unique to the space. So hopefully the people that joined the show tonight kind of saw that, and appreciate you guys. Yeah,
And
go ahead.
I always tell my friends and my followers, the people that I'm all my friends, all my cousins about Lou. So everybody that's watching, this is Lou I be talking about. The one that he's a king of the trenches. He's where I get all my offensive and defensive line tidbits from. This is who I'm talking about. So y'all make sure y'all go follow his channel. I put his channel in the chat. I'm gonna put it in here again. So y'all make sure y'all go follow Lou. And he's local. Not that that means anything, but he's local. And you know what I'm saying? We supporting our local brethrens. So y'all make sure y'all go follow Lou. And y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And if you follow Lou's channel, please give us a follow.
Yeah.
We would appreciate it.
Give me your channels. Yeah.
Here,
Put
let me
in the
post it.
private
Put
chat
it
too,
up
so
here.
I can go in
Okay.
while I'm up. Yeah. If y'all are
Okay.
watching, make sure to tune
Yeah.
in to Generation to Generation, man. They doing some great work. You're up and coming. Father son duo. They're gonna tell the game how it is. They're not gonna lie to you. One thing I'm gonna tell y'all, just when you coming up in this space, man, just stay genuine. Um, just stay genuine, and people will come. They will follow. Consistency is key. Um, if y'all need any advice, y'all got me on Twitter. About just simple stuff like like a thumbnail, stuff like that. Yeah, just keep going. Consistency is key, and just treat it as an art. It's gonna come. I appreciate everybody for coming in, coming in with me and talking with me. Cowboys, they got a lot to do. But there is hope. I can't wait. Training camp is coming. Football is almost here. Thank you, God.
I
Lord
know.
knows, yeah, Lord knows, like Jesus Christ, like I miss football so very much, but we got more stuff. We got more in store. Just dropped the linebacker video. Make sure y'all go check that out. I think I'm gonna do running backs next. It's gonna take me a while to script it and do what I got to do. But I really do appreciate y'all so much. We're gonna do this again on my end. Um,
And we're gonna
uh,
talk about Texas too.
yes. Hey, we got. I need to get in tune. I don't even know who all there. We lost a lot of seniors, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, we know one sophomore.
uh, he played what? What he play again?
He play edge number 11.
Oh wait, is that the guy they pushing now?
Yeah,
The
Colin Simmons.
yeah. He the Colin Simmons. He the
Yeah, he
best
go
free
to
yeah,
agent this
yeah.
Greenville.
year.
Oh, okay.
So that's
Like
our
recently,
fam.
so he won a state championship on the samples.
Yeah, he won
Yeah,
2
he
Yeah.
won
Okay.
two
Never mind.
states.
Hey. Yeah. Hey. Shout out to him,
against
man.
North Shore. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
yeah, my uncle, that's his grandson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
our
So yeah.
cousin.
Well, he gonna come out what two? What we in
he got
2020,
2 more years. He might be the
27?
number 1 pick.
Damn.
Yeah, he might be.
Him, you
Right,
got
right
the
now they got
Ohio
him
State
picked to be.
receiver. You probably gonna have Arch, and then your Uncle Bobby was telling me about another player, but Colin is gonna be like top 5, I think.
Again,
Hopefully,
you
when
broke up.
I broke up.
Yeah, say it again.
No, I was saying Colin might be top 5.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I think so.
But no, you got the receiver from Ohio State. There's a couple of other guys that they'll be coming out the same year.
Shout
yeah.
out to you, Ty.
Yeah.
Let me put this
But
in
yeah,
my chat.
Colin is gonna be top. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be top 5. He probably be the first or second pick. He probably be the first non-quarterback pick that year. Well, that's how it's looking right now. That's what they have him projected to be. They have him projected as like one of the. They got him projected as like one of the top.
But he changed his number, Lou. He's gonna be number 1 this year.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm watching. We've been having some D linemen and they just come through there. We had Baron Sorrell.
We wanted
Mhm.
Alfred Collins,
I wanted Alfred Collins too. I did.
Yeah,
and
we
he
I
went
got
to
did.
the
you.
damn 49ers.
I forgot
Crazy.
he went right before us. I remember I was mad because they took him right before us. They was yeah, okay. Yeah,
Ibuka.
yeah, yeah, check it.
Yeah.
I'm putting it in the chat right now. Okay, yeah, I just put the link in the chat, y'all. Y'all make sure to like and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Show some love. Appreciate everybody in the chat. But yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right,
All
y'all.
right,
So
man. Well,
we
we'll be
appreciate
in
y'all
touch,
and
Lou. We appreciate it.
Oh, hold on,
for
hold on, hold
sure.
on, hold on, hold on, hold
Oh,
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold
hmm?
on. CFT invasion. Are you
The
raiding?
invading. We've been watching CFT a long time too. So
Man,
CFT
that's my
boss,
guy.
Hey,
You know,
everybody from CFT, you coming in here?
yeah,
Make sure subscribe to Generation to Generation.
please.
Yeah, hey, oh, they coming in here? Okay.
big
That's
time
what's up.
show is my frat brother.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I know Big. I gotta get on the show with Big. Yeah.
Oh
We
yeah,
did one with him. We gonna circle back with him.
we did two with him.
Yeah.
Super
Yeah,
guy. But nah,
yeah.
CFT, that's my guy. That's
Yeah,
CFT. I watch.
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, I watch CFT like I watch you and Mark Holmes and Law. You know, CFT my guy. You know, we be having conversations back offline anyway, but that's my guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, my bad, man. I was just making sure, if any more stragglers came in here, let's get them in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
Battle Cowboy. I told everyone to come through.
Appreciate you,
Yeah,
that battle cowboy.
I appreciate you.
yeah. I'm seeing a lot of people I ain't never seen before, so
Nah, for
we
sure.
appreciate it.
Nah, for sure.
Make sure you like and subscribe. But Lou, I watch you religiously. I watch a lot of your stuff during the day at work, uh,
Appreciate it.
on the side, and while I'm working. We ain't gonna tell nobody. But I
No, I do the
watched
same thing.
your video you had today. I watched it like about an hour before we came on.
Yeah,
So
I watch
yeah,
it. I watched it. I watched it a couple times. I
and
watched it like
Kenneth
2 weeks
Murray is
ago.
from Missouri City. We got a lot of family there.
Yeah, we
Oh,
got
So
he's
a
from
lot of.
Houston? Did not know that.
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
not
he
know.
from Houston, born and raised.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
And people are high on him. He can actually some. I don't. You watch balls. OC said he can mess around and be a Pro Bowler. So
he
we really got to
can.
be.
Yeah.
We got
He
to
But you
can.
watch
know,
It
out for
just
him.
depends on if he, because it's like you said, it just
It's the
depends on if.
mental.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the mental thing.
But if it's anybody who can fix it,
Yeah, even Flus can.
Eberflus.
I'm telling
But
you.
Kenneth Murray, he's from Houston, so he's always wanted to play for the Cowboys, and that's what he said. He said he grew up a Cowboys fan, and saying so this is perfect for him. And so when you have that extra umph on top of playing for the Cowboys, it's always a good thing. So I think he's gonna do great.
Yeah.
Okay, so Los Altos, JNY Blue, Battle Cowboy. Please make sure you like and subscribe our channel. Man, we're gonna let Lou go. We'll be on here all night reminiscing and talking about the people that we know, and but we got a lot in common. That's why we trying to hook up with you guys, because we pretty much align with everybody. So hopefully we can do
Shout
something
out
with
to Coach
Boss at
Davis,
some
shout out to
point.
Coach Johnson, shout out to all the
Yeah.
Bishop Dunn alumni.
Oh
Oh
yeah, Bishop
yes,
Dunn.
yeah. We
Man.
just matter of fact, I just saw everybody the other day. It was on terrible terms because one of my old teammates he passed away.
Who?
Oh man.
What was his name?
Brian Williams.
Brian
He
Williams.
he was 2019. He was like number one safety in the country with the
Mm.
A&M. But yeah, he yeah, unfortunately, yeah, he passed away, in a actually he was doing a marathon, which is crazy.
Wow.
So,
He had a heart
yeah.
attack.
He- um
Just
I know
collapsed.
he had heart problems, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Sorry to hear that. And but yeah, we Bishop Dunn got a whole bunch of my money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Man. Boy, I used to hate to pay that one.
Yeah, my
Hmm.
bad. Los Altos, if you scroll up, man, I put that link in the chat. Generation to Generation Cowboys. Um,
There you
yeah,
go. I put it up there. No, yeah, no. Bishop Dunn. It definitely changed my life. Going from public school to Bishop Dunn like that. That was really, man. That changed my life for sure.
I got some
Hmm.
stories of that. Yeah, but yeah, I miss all them guys, man. I saw all of them did. We ended up doing some good things.
Mhm.
We won state. We actually every year except for my freshman year, we competed in the state championship. We just
Yeah,
lost two of them. So and one versus our rivals, which I hate. I still can't.
Bishop
We
Lynch.
Yeah, we lost my senior year in state. We lost Lynch, and we was on the 3 yard line.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a game of inches. You know, DeSoto. I mean, Duncanville. They won their first championship when Colin played. They stopped North Shore. They needed 1 inch for a first down. If they had got that first down, North Shore would have beat them.
Hmm.
But they stopped them. They had 1 inch. They was 1 inch short. So,
That's the
and
games that
then
be hurting the most,
yeah,
man. Like when you
yeah,
right there.
yeah.
Yeah,
And they
man.
had beat them on a Hail Mary. They had beat Duncanville a few years before that.
Hmm.
But his last 2 years they won.
I
They
watched
won.
all them games. Those
Yeah.
are
Me too.
I
Well, we
watched
were at
all.
the game. We were in a suite.
We went to him.
Oh, that's I always wanted to go, man. I think was I playing in? I was probably playing. I couldn't come home. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Because of college, but yeah, good times, man. Good times.
Yep. Yep.
I
Okay,
think
man. Well, we
Boss
gonna
about
let
to
you
be on
go.
Los Altos. He normally get on at 8. He probably already on.
Yeah, boss is
Yeah,
finna start.
but Boston
Probably finna
start.
start.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
man. Well,
right.
we gonna let you go. We gonna go out. Watch boss man again. Thanks so much, and we'll be in touch. All right. Appreciate it, Lou.
Appreciate it, Lou.
Mhm.
Holla
Appreciate
at y'all.
everybody joining.
All right, bye.